I used to believe that marriage was a fairy tale you simply grow into, that love naturally stayed alive once you said, I do. But years after my wedding, I realized how wrong I was. Love doesn't stay. It's something you feed every day. My husband, Ryan, had stopped feeding it long ago. At first, it was small things. He stopped saying good morning. He stopped noticing when I dressed up. Then the dinners got quiet, the laughs disappeared, and the nights turned cold. He came home late, distracted, always scrolling through his phone, always too tired. I tried to talk. He nodded, mumbled, and returned to his world. That's when Leo came into my life. A golden retriever with the softest eyes I'd ever seen. My friend Clara had rescued him and begged me to foster him, just for a week. I didn't know that week would change everything. From the first day, Leo seemed to see me, not as someone invisible, but as someone who mattered. When I cried quietly at night, he'd walk over, rest his head on my lap, and sigh, as if he understood everything I couldn't say. His warmth filled the spaces Ryan's silence had left behind. One evening, I sat on the couch, staring at the rain on the window. Ryan had texted, working late again. No surprise. I whispered, Leo, I used to love the rain. We'd run outside, dance in it. Now it just feels lonely. He wagged his tail, grabbed his leash, and looked at me expectantly. I laughed through my tears. You want to go out? So we went barefoot in the rain like children. He ran in circles, splashing through puddles, barking with joy. I spun with him, water dripping from my hair, laughter echoing through the empty street. For the first time in months, I felt alive. A car slowed beside us, Ryan's car. He stared, confused, through the window. I just smiled. I wasn't the quiet, waiting wife tonight. When he came home later, I was toweling Leo dry. Ryan said, "You're acting strange." "Maybe I'm just remembering how to be happy," I answered. He didn't reply. He went to bed. But for once, I didn't follow. I sat on the floor with Leo, brushing his fur until it gleamed. Days passed. Ryan noticed changes. I started waking up early, taking long walks with Leo, cooking breakfast with music playing again. He'd look at me across the table like I was someone new. But he still didn't talk. He didn't ask. One night, after dinner, he said, "You care more about that dog than me." I looked at him steadily. Maybe because he listens. The silence that followed was heavier than ever. He left the room. I sat there, heart pounding. For years, I'd avoided conflict, swallowed pain. But something inside me had changed. I realized I wasn't afraid of loneliness anymore. I was already living it. That week, Ryan went on a business trip. The house was quiet, but not empty. I'd wake up to Leo's soft paw nudging my arm, his tail thumping against the floor like a heartbeat. I'd brew coffee, read on the porch, and feel peace instead of absence. Then one afternoon, as I folded laundry, the doorbell rang. A delivery, a bouquet of lilies, my favorite. The card read, "Sorry for forgetting who you are. I'll try to remember. Ryan." My throat tightened. It was the first time he'd acknowledged the distance. I glanced at Leo, lying beside the couch, watching me. Maybe he finally noticed, I whispered. When Ryan returned, he looked different, tired, unsure. "You look happy," he said. "I am," I replied honestly. "With him?" he asked, half joking, half jealous. "With myself," I said. That night, something shifted. Ryan joined me on the porch. No phones, no noise. We just watched the stars. After a while, he said softly, "You used to look at me like that." "Like what?" "Like I was your safe place." I smiled faintly. "Everyone needs one, Ryan. You stopped being mine." Leo reminded me what it feels like to be seen. He nodded slowly. "I guess I needed a mirror." Leo barked once, as if agreeing. Ryan laughed, a real laugh, one I hadn't heard in months. It filled the air like old music returning. Over the next few days, Ryan tried. Small things at first. He joined our morning walks. He asked about my day. He even bought Leo a new collar. But the biggest change wasn't in him, it was in me. I stopped waiting to be loved and started being love itself. The way Leo had shown me. Because that's the secret, isn't it? The kind of love we crave is often the love we forget to give. One evening, As the sun melted into the horizon, Ryan wrapped his arm around me and whispered, "I missed you." I looked at Leo sitting nearby, watching us with calm, knowing eyes, and said softly, "He helped you find me again." Ryan smiled. Guess he did what I didn't. And that's when I realized this story was never about choosing between them. It was about remembering how to love again. Leo stretched, rested his head on my knee, and the world felt whole for the first time in a long time.
It came at 9:36 p.m. sharp. A short message, plain, almost careless. "Don't wait up, I'll be late." That was it. No heart emoji, no "love you," just those 5 words. Ian kept staring at the screen, the blue light reflecting off his trembling fingers. Something felt wrong. Too distant, too cold. For weeks, maybe months, he had felt it. The missed calls, the last-minute office plans, the faint smell of a man's perfume on Sarah's scarf. But every time, he told himself, "She's tired, she's just busy." He buried his doubts deep until tonight. His heart pounded as he typed back, "Hope you and Danielle enjoy your late night." He hit send before he could think twice. A minute later, buzz. "What do you mean?" Then another one, faster. "Ion, where did you hear that?" Her panic said everything. No denial, no laughter, just fear. Ion placed the phone on the counter. The kitchen was silent, except for the soft ticking of the wall clock. On the dining table, 2 plates, 2 glasses of wine, and her favorite pasta, untouched. He'd cooked it to surprise her. Now the surprise was his. He walked to the living room, eyes landing on their wedding photo, 5 years of smiles and promises. It used to warm his heart. Now it burned. His phone buzzed again. "Please, pick up. We can talk." He ignored it and stepped outside. The cold night air hit him like truth. Every streetlight, every sound felt sharper, louder. He walked without direction, just away. Each memory replayed in his head. The laughter when she talked about Danielle, the weekend meetings, the secretive phone glances. Everything that once felt normal now felt staged. Then his phone rang again. He answered, voice calm, almost empty. "Ion, please, I can explain." He took a slow breath. Then start. The silence on the call was heavy. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. Only her shaky breathing filled the line. "Ion, please, it's not what you think," she whispered. He stayed quiet, eyes fixed on the empty street ahead. "Then what is it, Sarah?" A pause. "He's just a friend." Ion smiled bitterly. "Friends don't hide calls. Friends don't lie about meetings." Her voice cracked. "I never meant for it to go this far." That sentence hit him like a blade. He stopped walking, stared at the dark sky above, and asked quietly, "How long?" There was a pause so long he thought she wouldn't answer. Then came the whisper, 2 months. His breath froze. 2 months of pretending, 2 months of lies. He closed his eyes, forcing back the anger boiling inside. "Why him?" He listened," she said. "He made me feel like I mattered." Ion laughed, a hollow sound that hurt even him. "And what was I doing all this time, Sarah? Just existing beside you." She started to cry. "Please come home. Let's talk." "Talk," he said quietly. "You've already said enough." He hung up and stood there for a long moment, letting the night wind wash over him. When he finally went home, her car was already parked outside. Through the window, he saw her pacing, nervous, tears on her face. The moment he stepped in, she ran toward him. "Ion, please, I'm sorry." He stepped back. You don't accidentally cheat for 2 months, Sarah. That's not a mistake. That's a decision. Her sobs filled the room. He pulled an envelope from his jacket and placed it on the table. I already knew. These screenshots, hotel records, pictures. I just wanted to hear the truth from you. Her face went pale. He took off his ring, placed it beside the envelope. You wanted someone who made you feel special, he said softly. Then stay with him. And without another word, Ian walked out, this time for good. The cold night greeted him again. But this time, it didn't hurt.